Hey guys, welcome back. And my question for you guys is, have you ever had a moment where everything just clicked, where the noise just stopped and the tension just dropped? And for a split second, you felt completely clear. I mean, crystal clear. These moments just don't happen by luck. They happen when your mind, body, and identity are all on the same page. So if you've been stuck between becoming who you are and the person you were, this conversation will bridge that gap because clarity isn't found, it's aligned. I'm Derrick Wali Anderson. I'm the founder of Dream with the Deadline, where we help high performers finish what matters most, no willpower required. Now let's talk about that moment where everything aligns and how to make that moment your new normal. For most of my life, I was obsessed with progress, always chasing that next thing, that next level, next goal, next best version of myself. But no matter how far I climbed, it felt like I was still running in circles. The success looked right on paper, but it didn't feel right inside. Then I learned something that changed everything. You can't see clearly when your identity is out of focus. You can't feel calm when your conscious or subconscious is in conflict. Clarity isn't about knowing what to do next. It's about knowing who you are while doing it, whatever that thing may be. One of my clients was a creative entrepreneur, smart, driven, and stuck. He mapped out brilliant ideas, start strong, and lose energy right when things were about to work. Every time he got close to finishing, he pivoted to something else. New logo, new niche, new strategy, same old pattern. During our session, we traced it back to one single belief. If I finish, it's final. And if it's final, I find out I'm not good enough. That belief kept him in a loop for years. Always building, never launching, always proving, never progressing. When we cleared that subconscious pattern through hypnotherapy, something profound happened. He launched 3 projects in 30 days, not because he learned something new, but because his identity finally led him. That's the moment where alignment happens. Not when you change your strategy, when you change the permission you give yourself. Here's what most people never understand about true clarity. It's not a thought, it's a state. Your nervous system has to feel safe enough to allow clarity to stay. Otherwise, your mind will just fill the silence with noise, drama, and whatever else. That's why meditation, journaling, or planning only work when your subconscious feels safe to relax. Otherwise, your brain just keeps scanning for danger, looking for problems to solve, deadlines to chase, and chaos to control. Hypnosis quiets that noise. It teaches your mind to rest and focus, to stop surviving long enough to actually create. And once that happens, clarity isn't temporary. It becomes a permanent state. It becomes your default operating system. So how do you reach that place where clarity and execution merge? It starts with 3 internal shifts. Shift 1, from control to trust. Stop forcing outcomes and start leading with intention. When you trust your subconscious, it executes automatically. The more you release control, the more precision you gain. Shift number 2, from noise to neutral. You don't need constant positivity, you need presence. Clarity doesn't come from adding more. It comes from removing things that don't align and with things that interfere. That's what alignment really is. Less friction, more flow. Shift 3, from pressure to proof. You don't need to prove your worth. You need to express your worth. When your actions come from identity, not insecurity, they carry power. Those 3 shifts from the foundation of everything I teach inside the Dream with the Deadline. Because when you embody these principles, your subconscious begins to treat your execution as self-expression, not obligation. A few months ago, a client told me something that stuck with me. He said, I finally understood what peace feels like in motion. And that's what alignment gives you. It's not about doing less. It's about doing what matters without resistance. It's waking up and knowing exactly what to do next. Not because somebody told you to do it, but because your system, your internal system recognizes it as truth. And when that happens, your results happen as well and they accelerate. You feel your creativity begin to expand, your relationships deepen, your execution stops being a struggle and it becomes your signature, that thing that you're so good at doing. If you've been trying to find more clarity by thinking harder or doing more, it's time to take a different approach and maybe pivot a bit. Clarity doesn't come from more effort. It comes from deeper alignment. If you're ready to experience that for yourself, you can go ahead and book a free strategy session in the description, and we'll just talk one-on-one about where you are and where you want to be, why you think you stuck, and help you map out your subconscious and see what it's trying to protect. And if it's a fit, I'll show you how a private hypnotherapy session can help you reprogram your mind for clarity, consistency, and most of all, peace. There will be no pressure, not a sales pitch, no script, just a real conversation about who you are becoming and how to make that inevitable. I'm Derrick Wali Anderson. I'm the founder again of Dream with the Deadline, where we help high performers finish what matters most, no willpower required. Okay. So I want you guys to remember, you're not good as you think you are, you're better. So dream big, act fast, and finish what matters. See you on the next one.